Uh, First of all, I'm going to go through a process, and we'll start in the next 10 minutes, okay? And I'm going to give you a couple things. This is an old-fashioned way that I used to trade futures from 8:30 to 9, and we're just going to go through it together, and then we're going to figure it out, okay? So the first thing that we want to do is we want to record the E-mini, which is at 71. Just put 71 for the E-mini. Put for the Dow 16,940 for the Dow, and 4068 for 4068 for the Nasdaq. Those are the three choices that we're going to do. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the 3T platform, okay, once I decide which one I'm going to do. So let's go through the markets for the E-mini. Now, you can see the E-mini's opened up this morning. It's above the midpoint. Everybody see that? I'm going to look at the Dow. The Dow is above its midpoint. I'm sort of leaning towards this Dow, I got to tell you. And then the Nasdaq's 4069, okay? So everything is come out of the chute. Now let's go to our tools on the roadmap, and let's build a launch a handshake number. Not a global handshake number. Let's launch a horse race. So let's change these over to current symbols. Add symbol, we'll put ESZ4. Add symbol, let's put NQZ4. Let's put add symbol YMZ4. Okay, so you can see the Dow's leading right now. I told you I was sort of leaning towards that Dow. All right, now I'm going to walk you through the handheld version on 3T. Now, Colin, are you here? After I finish and put on the trade, I want you to come on and show them not only how I put this trade on the platform and how I set my stop, then I want you to talk about how to do spreads on different things, okay? Does that make sense? Okay. All right. So let's look at the Dow. The Dow's currently 169.40. 169.40 on the Dow. So what I do, I hit my, I'm going to do this for my handheld. I sign in to my platform, and I bring up the Dow. E-mini Dow, okay, it's $5 a point. Current price is 169.45. Okay? 169.40, 169.42. All right, now I'm going to set a buy stop on the Dow, which means it's got to go up and hit 169.51. And now I've got an order working to sell or to buy the Dow at, well, it jumped on me, didn't it? I'm long. Wow. Did anybody get filled on that trade? I hope somebody got filled. That was fast. Way to go, Billy. It's a valid trade. All right. So raise your stop to 49. Raise your stop to 49 or take your profits up here between 69 or 65 and 75. Nothing like starting your day off like that. Okay? Nothing like it. What do you think? I did us all from my handheld. Wes, have you ever seen anybody this hot? This is scary. All right, I'm going to turn it over to Colin now. And Colin is going to show you on the platform how to do the same thing that I just did. The way we roll. I'll come back at 9:30 and we'll see what else, any other ways we can make money. But you see, I used a horse race to tell me which index to do, and then I just went through the procedures. Colin, take it away. Way to go.
Hey, good morning, guys. Nice way to start the day off with a good Dow trade. Nice job there. Again, I think the original trade was called for at 51. It jumped up there quite fast, but good thing about a lot of these platforms, and especially this platform as well, is you've got a quick buy market button. Right here, when Tom was saying that he was going long, I was a little too. It happened so fast. I was a little quick to get the platform up and jump in there. But you can see right now, very simple. Going in, can just hit buy market. I've got a quick little fill right there. You can see it's jumped up. We've already kind of around our target. Wanted to target around 75 to 79. Let's see if we can put a limit order in here, 79. And I've got a 3 lot here, which I did not actually mean to do that, but hey, look at that. Still worked. Just that quick. Just that quick. Using that horse race. Using that horse race. Oh, you're right. Let's see. Let me get I thought my desktop wasn't quite fast enough. Hold on a second. Uh-oh. Somebody's messing with it. Bear with me 1 second. Oh, gosh. All right, there we go. You can see, yeah, we had a nice little pop up there. That little 8:30 trade right there, based off the horse race, was very good stuff. Showing us a very good trade setup right there. Again, I think the entry was around here, 1969.51. Entry was around 69. Okay. Who's Adam? Is that you? Keeps changing the screen. Okay, let's try to leave it on this screen real quick, please. Desktop sharing for just a few more minutes if we can. Wanted to show a couple things here, but anyhow, you can see here, down here, trade was for, I mean, that happened super fast. Trade was down here called at 169.51. You can see we've had a nice little pop up here. I'm assuming we probably just did a market order, but a limit order real quick is just a left hand click, just a left click, and it actually will tell you left click, see it working. We might have a little retracement, get another fill from down here, but in an instance where it's moving so fast, moving so quick like that, you just need to get in and take advantage of this momentum. You got these quick little buy market buttons. Just pop in a buy market. You're in the market. You've got your market there. Now you just need to go up and place a profit target right here. Placing profit target right here. Hopefully we'll get hit, and also come down and place my stop here down at 49 and a right click. Very simple, real easy to use. Just a couple clicks of the mouse right there, and I've got a trade set up. Another good thing, this market moves so fast, so you do want to kind of be quick about it, but you do have the ability to go ahead and place a strategy as well. We could have set this up on a strategy. It would have been 19 ticks from entry versus about since the market jumped up so fast, we were just right there behind it as far as moving our stops up. But again, you can see here, looks like we're about to go get filled. But if I wanted to move my stop up real quick, protect some of those profits, or just really, limit my losses a little bit more, I can always move this up. Can I trail the market here as I'm following along? Hoping that we get the fill up at the top there, but again, if I miss the momentum, real easily can have my stop set up, butted up against where my entry is, and make a little bit of profit, or not risk as much as I originally intended. So we can kind of even just kind of corner this market here and ensure that I'm going to be getting some profits right here. Kind of follow along with it as we make some new highs, get up a little higher. We'll see, and right here I've already guaranteed myself some profit. So there, I'm going to cancel that, and I'm out with a little bit of green. Real simple, real easy to use platform. Just using stops, using my stop, trailing the market, back behind the market. I'm right here doing it. But if there was, if I wanted to do a longer term type trade, where I set up some wider parameters and whatnot to work throughout the day, then I can set up a strategy with the use of an OCO order, and we can do that real quick. I'll just go ahead and try to just do the same thing that we did just there, but I'm going to do it also with an OCO. So I'm just going to buy market real quick, and this is not, and guys, I'm not doing this. Is all for this is all just for an example. This is not a trade that I'm going to call. I just want to show it as an example. The trade that we called had already made money. It had already made money. So that was a great trade. But so we're going to just do examples from now on. But I'm already in the market right here. Okay, I'm in the market. So next thing I want to do is I want to enable the OCO feature of this platform. So I'm going to just come up, click on the OCO. It just looks like these two cards, this 1 to 2 right here. Clicking on that, highlighting it, and now my next orders are going to be OCO orders. So I'm going to come down, place my stop. I'm going to risk 85 bucks here. Right click is going to be a stop, and it's just going to highlight there for me, letting me know it's looking for another side to complete the OCO order. So I'm going to come up, and I'm going to I'm going to try to make 85 bucks again on the top side. So 85 by 85. I'm just going to left click right here, and all these orders are now working. Up here working, down here working, and more importantly, they are actually connected by an OCO, meaning if my profit target, which we hope for, gets filled, it's going to automatically cancel my stop. So right here, if I wasn't able to sit at the computer and watch and keep an eye on this all day long, I would still feel comfortable you know, getting up and having to go, you know, run an errand, go to lunch, what have you. I feel comfortable doing that because I've got this OCO order working. I've got my parameters set, got the OCOs, and I know that I'm not going to get double filled because as soon as one of these orders gets filled, it's going to automatically cancel the other one. So great little tool to have. And we'll just show you an example. I'm just going to run up my stop right here and try to get a little fill. See if it'll fill me. Well, doesn't want to. But see, I've got that order working down there. Got the order working up top here. So as soon as we hit this one right up top here, I'm out of the market, and my order is gone. And my order has worked. So that's an OCO order. Nice little handy tool to use if you're just manually placing a strategy real fast. It's real simple, just a couple of clicks of the mouse. You saw, you know, even in a very fast moving market like you saw in the Dow, I was still able to go through and set my profit targets, set my stops real quickly. You know, time is always of the essence. So being able to do that quickly and efficiently, and not missing anything as far as on the you know, not missing anything as far as, you know, getting in late or getting in, you know, getting in at the wrong time and whatnot. You still have that ability and efficiency at your disposal. Larry, yeah, generally, well, just and just the way that that you know, DTI, you know, does its charts, its analysis based off the reference bars and whatnot. Those are all based off of 30-minute candlestick bars. So I always, you know, based off the DTI analysis, based off the DTI method, I always just like to use the 30-minute chart. I always like to use a 30-minute chart. It gives you these nice big reference bars, and there's a, you know, a lot of good stuff to analyze within those 30 minutes. So that's just you know, that's kind of what you know, kind of how I was trained, you know, to view and what to look at. So that's usually what I do. So. But anyways, all right. So there's yeah, a little bit about that. Real simple strategy setup. But also wanted to get into a little bit more about option trading and option strategies as well. So here we got just I'm on the S&P now. We switched over to the S&P, and I'm going to bring up the S&P option chain. Okay. We've got this nice little quick icon. It looks like a little chain link. I'm just going to click that and bring up my option chain. Here's my nice big option chain here. Got all my puts and calls. Got 12 strikes on each side, both in the money, out of the money. And you can tell which ones are going to be in the money by this nice little beige highlighted area right here. In the money calls up top here, in the money puts down at the bottom here as well. You see all your strike prices right down here in the middle. And you know, say, and you know, of course, you got your underlying, you got the ranges in the near, but you got options. You can go just, if you just want to look at everything out of the money, you can look at out of the money, or if you want to look at anything in the money, you have that option as well. Again, number of strikes, I got 12 here, calls and puts, but again, you have the option to just view the calls or the puts. Then you got your expirations. Notice here, guys, really neat. Notice here all the different expirations I have right now. I've got November 21st, end of November. I've got December 19th, the regular expiration for both November and December. Then I've got end of month. I've got the last week of October, which is going to be on Friday. Take a look and see what those look like. You know, got an expiration here coming up here very soon, tomorrow. So you can see what that looks like. But again, we've also got, like I said, end of month November. We got the weeklies. We got the week ones in November, week ones in December. So a lot of different options as far as what you can do with your options. So there's a lot of different strategies to employ. One of the strategies that we like to do, that Tom likes to do, is you know, credit and debit spreads on calls. So vertical call spreads, either debit or credit. And I'll go through and show you what that means here. I mean, that those of you who aren't familiar with those terms, but basically a debit spread is where you're actually buying a more expensive put and selling a less expensive, or excuse me, buying a more expensive call and selling a less expensive call, to where you're actually paying more from what you're credited. And then just the opposite of that, a credit spread is actually when you're going to be buying a cheaper call and selling the more expensive call, to where you actually are credited more than what you're debited. So we'll just do a quick little example of both of those real fast here, and we'll just stay out of the money. I'm just going to stay out of the money here. We're going to go to the 90s. Let's just do 90s and the 90s and the 2000s real quick. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on this line right here. Notice it comes up. I've got my link to quotes function active, so it actually does come up here real fast on my dome here as part of my platform, and I don't want to do that. So let me go back. I'm going to go back and get the S&P back on here, and then just go ahead and unlink the quotes, so it will stay on the S&P, so I can keep an eye on the underlying as I'm making these trades on the options. So again, I'm just going to click here on the 1990 strike. I'm just going to bring up a dome. All right, got a new dome up with that market. See, I've got the week, end of the week, end of the month, November, last week of November. Here is this option. You can see I've got my bids and offers, bid at 21 right now, offer up here at 22. You can see that. So if I was going to, if I'm going to do a credit spread, so if I'm going to do a credit spread here, I'm going to want to buy this leg. And before I do anything, I'm going to go ahead and get my other leg up as well, right next to it. So I'm going to do the 1990s, and I'm going to do the 2000s. Let's bring this up. Bring up another dome here. So we'll have both of them next to each other. All right, so I got the 2000s, I've got the 1990s. You can see 1990s are more expensive at this point. 90s are more expensive at this point. It is actually moving up here. 90s are more expensive. So if I'm going to do a credit spread, I'm going to want to sell the more expensive price. So I'm going to go ahead and just come up here. I'm just going to sell the market. Got to fill at 2075. So I'm going to come over here real fast, and I'm buying this market. Got that at 1650. 1650. So I've got a 4 1/4 point spread right there. I was actually credited 4 1/4 points on this spread. I got my sell at 2075. The 2075 brought in 2075 brought in over $1,000. Brought in over $1,000 right there is what we brought in, and then we paid 1650 for it. So we were credited, let's see, 825 is what we bought. We sold 1,037. Yeah, 1,037.50. So there was credited $212.50, or like I said, 4 1/4 points, right there. Okay, so that's how we did a quick little credit spread. Just using using the options here, using these end of month Novembers. You got a quick little credit spread in here. Was credited $212.50, and so that was real simple, just real easy, just clicking the mouse, doing the legs individually there to create that spread. So now let's turn around and we can do just the opposite. So actually, let me just X these out here, and we'll go find something different. Let's do something. We can do something in the money here if we wanted to, or we can go one leg out, one leg in. So, but let's just bring up another set here. Let's just bring up the 80s here. Now it's moving around pretty good here. Let's bring up the 80s. Let's see, there's our 80s. And let's go ahead and we'll bring up the 70s as well. All right, so again, just got these two domes here backed up, one next to each other, butted up against each other here. All right, so again, what's my strategy? This strategy, I'm going to, we're going to do a debit spread this time. Okay, we're going to do a debit spread. So I'm going to be buying the more expensive. We're going to be buying the more expensive option, more expensive leg, and selling the less expensive leg for a debit. So let's go find this market. Looks like current market's 31 by 32. Okay, 31 by 32. So I'm just going to go up here and I'm just going to buy market. Got filled here at 31.75. Come over here and I'm going to sell this market. Got filled at 25. All right. So again, let's figure out our difference. We bought 31.20. We bought 31.75. And all I'm doing, guys, to figure out the value of these options, all I'm doing is multiplying my option price with the point value of the underlying market. Okay, so that's how in futures options, that's how we figure out what our option is worth. So, so it's just like I said, just point value times the price. If you were in the NASDAQ, if we were doing NASDAQ, I would be using a $20 multiplier. If I'm in the Dow, using a excuse me. So if we're in the S&P, we're doing a 50-point multiplier. If we're in the NASDAQ, we're doing 20 point. The Dow, we're doing 5 points. So we've got, so it's just all about knowing what your multiplier is. Okay, so when I multiply 31.75 by 50, you get 1587.50. All right, so that's how much we paid for that option, $1,500.87.50. So when I go to sell, we sold at 25. So let's figure out the value of that. 25 times 50 is 1250, right? So then all we got to do to figure out how much we were actually debited is just figure out that difference, what we brought in versus what we were credited. So 1587.50 minus 1250. 337.50 is what that cost us. That's what that cost us. So let's see. Anybody have any questions about bringing up these different legs, bringing up the different option, maybe the option chain, placing the spread price? Anybody have any questions about that? Looks like TC had a question. Can you have a second chart with a 5-minute time frame on it at the same time? Not exactly, TC. Not exactly. Let me show you what you can do, though. Let me show you what you can do here. So let's do this. So I'm right-clicking just anywhere on this chart right here. I'm gonna add a chart, and I have an option to do a new window or a new tab. A tab will actually show up at the bottom of this screen here. Let's see where to go. Let's see, add a chart. There we go. So I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to hit in ESZ4. Hit OK. And let's see it work here. So there it is. So I've got my 30-minute chart that I like to see. And then on this little second tab right here, right next to it, I've got a 5-minute chart. And I can, add different stuff. Here's the volume profile that I like to look at. Here's also another shot of the volume right there. You can see. You know, got my indicators that I can use. Um, got the indicators here that I can use. So here's my, let's see, we'll do my daily high-lows. But yeah, so you can actually have you know, a few different tabs down there to use. You can see here's my high-low of the day now. Just some different things I like to look at. But so you can have a couple of different ones. You can have a 30-minute here, 5-minute here, you know, 10, 15. You know, you can get, you know, pretty creative with that and have different indicators, different time frames, and whatnot to look at. So pretty neat, pretty good stuff, pretty good stuff. So again, does anybody have any questions about how I brought up that option chain, bringing up the option chain, you know, legging in to a spread, the different type of spreads that are available? Um, let's see, TC. Yes, TC, that's a good question. That's a good question. We're going to it is legging in is a little bit more, it's a little bit more risky, especially if you're looking for a specific price. Okay, if you're looking for a specific price to be credited or debited, then it's a little bit it's a little bit more it's a little bit tougher, you know, to do that. You have to make some calculations on the fly to get us to get a spread price. You got to match up. Well, if I go here, if I go long here, go short here, the difference is 4.5. You saw how, I mean, we could figure it out after the fact just by doing the market, and it was, you know, you know, it was 4.5, 4.25 points away of a spread that we got. But we do know, right, right. Exactly. We got some we definitely have some developments on the way that I think is going to take care of that completely. But in the meantime, guys, in the meantime, if you are doing spreads, if you're interested in doing the spreads, again, you can do it right there through legging in. But if you are looking for a specific price, the trade desk will build these spreads for you. They've got a great trade desk, very good people working at this trade desk, very smart people working up there. They will actually build this spread for you. If you tell them the individual legs, tell them what legs you want and your expiration, they will build it for you. They'll place the trade for you, and you can get that going very easily. That is at your available, you know, that is available to you. But yes, they are also working on that technology. They are in the process. I'm getting word. They are in the process of you know, finalizing some spreader technology. So that is definitely coming. That is definitely on the way. Hopefully by the end of the year is what I'm getting, is what they're telling me. So you know, we'll see with that. We'll see how that develops, and absolutely we'll be doing you know, multiple you know, webinars on that when that technology does become available. Yeah, good deal. Yeah, Paul is just saying that he actually did. He called in a trade yesterday. He was able to call in a trade pretty real easy yesterday um, to the trade desk, and they called him back almost immediately, letting him know he got a fill on his price. So really great. They will, yeah, like I said, they'll call you back. They'll let you know when you're filled. You know, it will be you know, reflected on all your statements, of course. And yeah, and another thing, again, you know, all these tools that are being developed here, guys, the spreader technology coming in, that's going to be huge. That really gets into some of the things that I was trained in doing with spreads, how I kind of got introduced to you know, to markets, how I got introduced to futures trading was kind of through some spreads. So really excited to see that tool get developed and see what that's going to look like, how that's going to work. And again, like I said, and also, guys, those of you who know, I mean, the phone app just works great. The trade that Tom did this morning, he did all from his phone. You know, I think he likes using the phone better than he likes using the regular desktop app. I think he probably uses the phone more actually. But you know, it's a really good app, really easy to use. It's helped, you know, numerous traders become better traders, more in tune to the market. You no longer have the excuse of not knowing where the market is at all times. You know, these days, pretty much everybody I know has got a smartphone. I think I was one of the last ones to hold out, but everybody's got one now, and you know, so you know, if you got one, it's best you have a platform that's going to be, you know, able to be viewed on that. So just to make sure you keep eyes on a 24-hour market. So anyways, but yeah, anybody have any more questions about those options? I'm going to jump in, do a quick little, got a couple slides I wanted to go through real quick for you. But yeah, anybody have any questions about about anything we went over, the platform, the charts, you know, any of those strategies? That's, you know, a lot of good options as far as strategies goes. There's all kind of order types are available. Like I said, including those, yeah, including those, you know, those manual strategies that we did as well that I went over. But anyways, yeah, let me hop on. Got a quick slideshow I want to go through real quick, guys. Okay, yeah, let me jump back. PJ had a question. The icon to bring up the options is going to be, if you don't have it, if you have it up there, it's going to look like this little chain link right here. Okay, it's going to look like this chain link. Usually comes up next to the chart, which is right here. But if it's not a part of your quotes page, if it's not a part of your little quotes window already, you can just add it, and you add it by going to dropping this down, add or remove buttons on the far right of this window. Add or remove buttons. You're going to go to standard, and you can see here you got all these options or icons to be added to your quotes window. And here's the find option chain one right down here. So go look for that. If it's not a part of your window already, go look for that and just click it, and it'll highlight it and bring it up there. Yeah, no problem, PJ, no problem. So let's get back over here to my slideshow. Again, always risk in trading. Know your risk assessments. Know your tolerance, your risk tolerance. It's a very important part of futures trading. Very important part of any kind of trading that you're doing is developing a risk tolerance program. Having your risk tolerance known before each trade. You know, and of course, past results are not indicative of future gains. Past gains are not a future of future results. So, so again, can't stress enough. Have a plan. Know what know what your risk is. Know how much you're going to risk, and stick to it. Yeah, just 3T at a glance. You can see there's some of the you know, some of the different highlights of the different windows you see on the platform. But all the mini futures contracts that we go through, all the indices, Dow, Nasdaq, S&P, whatnot, those are all going to be $5 per round turn, which is all inclusive of any exchange fees and whatnot. So it's 250 in, 250 out, and that's all inclusive. All options trades are going to be $7.50. Okay, whether you do the weeklies, whether you do a weekly, whether you do you know, a monthly, whether you do a spread, each contract on an option is going to be $7.50. Minimum account balance is you know, relatively low here, $2,500. Get your foot in the door. If you're going to just do naked short options, $10,000 is the minimum requirement. You know, of course, just because, you know, shorting options is very risky, especially naked. Very risky. Again, we saw the platform. We saw the 3T platform right here just now. There also, like I said, there also is a smart device app for your smartphone, and you can find that. It's the OEC iBroker app, and you can find that in your app store. Works for, you know, Android, works for Apple, of course, and also works for your smart device apps. You know, work for your little iPad or you know, whatnot. And there's so many different options out there today. It's hard to keep up with it all. But I'm an Apple. I got an Apple iPhone. Also got the Apple you know, mini iPad. So definitely have my platforms up on both of those things. And just something to mention, guys. while we're on the subject of the smart devices, if you actually make trades, if you actually are executing trades through your phone, it does generate an extra 50 cents per round turn. Or excuse me, 50 cents per side, an extra dollar per round turn. So if you execute a trade, if you place the trade on your phone, have it fill on your phone, and then your profit target fills on your phone, that will take your $5 commissions to a $6 commission for a smartphone transaction fee is what they call it, or smart device transaction fee is what it is. But another thing, if you place all your trades, if you do your strategies, place all your trades on your desktop platform, and then just simply monitor through your phone, watch your trades get filled through the phone, and just keep an eye on things. Well, that's still going to be your regular commissions. If you do all the work on your platform, on your desktop platform, and then switch over just to monitor on your phone, it still will be only $5. Yes, Paul. Paul asks, in order for an iPhone app price alert to trigger a message, the app needs to be open. Absolutely, yes, yes, yes. Got to keep it open if you're looking to get a price trigger. Oh, again, something I forgot. Yeah, the ability, platform features. We always, went through the options. That ability there to bring up the option chain. We also have all the different order types. Every order type's available. Market on close, market on open. Any of those, special order types are available. Low margins. Those e-minis that we were talking about. Your Dow, the ones that generate the $5 commissions. They're all $500 in margin. So $500 set aside for the day trading. Again, 24-hour trade desk. Like Paul was saying, he called into the trade desk for them to place that spread trade. That is available to you 24 hours. If I'm not available, I'm usually available. I'm available during the day. But if I'm not here and you need some help, you got the 24-hour trade desk at your disposal. They can do whatever you need them to do. Guys, one of the good things here about this platform is you actually have a separate demo platform. Okay, you've got a separate login, or it's a separate login. It's a separate piece of software for your demo. Okay, so you've got so you can keep them really separate, keep them up together. Actually, you can have your demo platform on one screen, your live platform on the other screen, if you've got multiple screens, that is. But it's really good, a really excellent tool to use. To have at your disposal. Again, like I said, there's no confusion about am I live or am I in sim mode. A lot of these other platforms, you have the option to switch between the two within the same platform, and that can get confusing sometimes. I've heard some horror stories about that, but yeah, so having them separate, being able to separate them, have them be different, does really lowers the chance of making any kind of mistakes, getting into any kind of big trouble. But the demo is also great, guys, to test out strategies. I'm always looking at different strategies, always placing different trades in this demo. Just testing out things, just keeping looking at things, keeping an eye on things, and also it's really good because it's a great way to expand your knowledge of other markets. A lot of us have our main markets that we like to look at. We've got a lot of people. I mean, I just like looking, for the most part, I just like looking at the S&P market. I like to look at the S&P, analyze the S&P, and I'm comfortable with that. And a lot of us are comfortable with looking at the certain markets that we're used to. But having this demo and having pretty much unlimited supply of fake money to play with can really help you kind of branch out into other markets. I know if you've been in DTI, involved with DTI, you've probably heard about a good crude oil trade, or you've heard about a good gold trade. Some of the more volatile and risky markets, there are good strategies and good methods to make money in those markets. It's a little bit more difficult, sometimes, but a lot of people, will shy away from those markets just because they are more volatile. It is less volume, so it's, you're usually have to risk a little bit more, to be successful. But, it's certainly, there certainly is good opportunities in those markets. So, so that's what I like to do in my demos. I like to look at some of these other markets I'm not used to. I like to look at gold. I like to look at crude oil, and even some, getting into more into the DAX. Getting more into the DAX, getting into some more currencies like the yen and the euro and stuff like that. So it's a really, I find it a really excellent tool to help me, expand my markets, expand my knowledge, and really help me, learn more about, how markets work, how markets move. You're always learning. In this business, you're always learning. So there's always something new to learn. There's always something going on. There's always some news events. You know how it goes. But anyway, so that's kind of what I like about this demo platform right here. And again, look, if you can maintain above a $5,000 balance in your live account, you can. If you maintain a $5,000 balance in your live account, you can keep a permanent demo for as long as you keep that balance higher than 5. And again, it's all live streaming data. It's all the same data you'd be getting live, that you get on your demo. Here's the smart device. We've already gone through, the smart device app. You can see there's some graphics of all the different devices that are available to be used. Again, 24-hour access wherever you have internet access, is at your disposal there. Again, like we said, alerts can ring to your phone, like we already said. But it is limited to limit orders and market orders only. So kind of like what I was saying earlier with, being able to monitor and trade. If you set up all your strategies and whatnot on the platform, on your desktop platform, and just monitor here on your cell phone, it will execute how you have them set up. It will execute how you have them set up on your desktop. It's just you can't actually set up a good, the strategy and whatnot from your phone. You have to set it up through your desktop. Again, just a little bit more about the 24-hour support. We already, kind of covered that. The ability to, place the trade, especially if you're going to do some option spreads. That's the easiest way to do it, is through the desk. Until they get this spreader technology implemented, that's going to be the best way to do it. And that's how I would suggest going about it. But again, during the day, if you need some help during the day, I can help you do it. I can place that trade for you, no problem. I have that ability. If need be. But if it's after night, if it's after hours, the 24-hour trade desk is going to be your best friend. Again, here's just kind of looking at some of the more popular markets in different categories, different areas. You can see here, I've got the currencies and the indices up right here. Yeah, you can see I got the currencies and the indices up right here. You can see some of the more popular ones. Here's the yen, the euro, and here's the U.S. dollar. Actually, you can see day trading margins and your commissions right there. Nice little graphics for you. Here's some indices: Dow, DAX, S&P. There's our main there's our main indices right there. There's also the DAX as well. $5 commissions there. Again, here's some grains. Again, all $5 commissions here for the grains. Margins are a little bit different. You see the day trading margin versus the initial margin. Here's your corn, soybeans, wheat, your main grains there. Here's your financials. Again, check out the 2-year notes, 5, 10-year notes, and there's your 30-year T-bonds, all $5 per commission. A little bit different date margins for the bigger contracts. You can see it actually increases by the year, which are a lot bigger contracts. But you can see how that works. And last thing, metals and energies. These bigger contracts, more volatile contracts, are going to be a little bit more as far as commissions and and margins as well, and you can see that reflected. And it's just the nature of the contract. It's a big contract. It's not a mini contract like our Dow and our S&P and whatnot. So it's a big contract. It actually represents um, actually, your metals, actually gold will actually, one contract will actually represent 100 troy ounces of gold. Crude oil is going to represent a barrel, your barrels. So it's, like I said, bigger contract, bigger commissions, and also day trading margins and initial margins are also going to be a little bit bigger. But like I said, just the nature of those different contracts there. Anyhow, moving on. Yeah, thanks for being here, guys. I appreciate your time. I hope you guys learned a little bit more about our platform and about what we do here at 3T. Those of you who are interested in getting a demo going and having that tool for you to learn this platform, give me a shout. There's some information there for you to write down if you need to. Yeah, guys, and Anastasia wrote down. You can let me know if I can set you up a demo very easily. Just give me your email address and name and whatnot, and I can get you set up. Send me over an email to Colin at 3tfutures.com. Or guys, if you just want to go ahead and get signed up, there's a link right here that you can use, the 3tfutures.com/3ttrader demo. That'll get you signed up and get you an email sent out to you with your information and get you started. So you can get set up within about 20 minutes and be trading on this platform, take some of these trades, get some options going, and really have fun with it. So yeah, guys, really hope y'all take advantage of the demo. Demos for 2 weeks, but we can actually extend it for an additional 2 weeks. So you really get a month of demo time to learn the platform before you open your account. So very helpful when first learning. So anyhow, give me a shout, guys. Love to see y'all part of the family, and we'll definitely be on later. I appreciate y'all being here. Thanks for Tom for that awesome trade this morning. Hope you guys were able to take advantage and will stay green the rest of the day and through the rest of the week, and have a great weekend. And I hope to be speaking to some of you guys very soon. Take care.